Good morning and welcome to Strengths and Balance with me, Hannah. I am a senior fitness instructor with Stonebridge Community Services. So welcome to Monday morning. We have a 35-ish minute class here. We're going to warm up together. We'll do some strength exercises, which are going to need a set of weights. I like a 3-pound set of dumbbells. You could use a 2, a 3, or a 5. Any of those would be fine. You can also use some evenly weighted objects from your home, things like water bottles, soup cans, anything like that, where you have 2 of them and they weigh the same, works really well. You can, of course, do all the exercises without using the extra weight. You can go through the motion without that extra resistance, and that works just fine if that's appropriate for you. Other things you'll need, just the space to move around comfortably, and probably some water as the weather gets warmer. It's really nice to keep ourselves hydrated, really important to keep ourselves hydrated. So it's nice to have that water close by to sip on during the exercise class. Even though we're not really moving too quickly and we're not necessarily working up a huge sweat, still good to keep that water handy. So I was going through what we were doing in the class. So after the strength part, we'll work on our balance, and then we'll have a little stretch and we'll be finished. So let's come up to feet to start with. I'm going to move this chair out of the way. The only other piece of equipment you'll need is something to help you balance. So a chair, a table. I like to use the wall here right by me. Something that you can use should you need the extra balance support. So standing up nice and tall, we're going to march on the squat to begin with. The shoulders are relaxed and we're looking up and ahead. Let's take the shoulders up towards our ears and slowly relax them down. Keep those shoulders up and down, and again, shoulders up and down. A couple more. Shoulders up and down. Good. Let's turn our heads to the left and over to the right. Let's look down to the floor and up to the ceiling. Down to the floor again. To the right. To the left. To the ceiling. And back at me. Let's roll our shoulders now, both at the same time. Nice big circles, nice and slowly. Good, and again. And let's roll those shoulders forwards. We'll bring those arms out to the side, make some little circles. Go back the other way. Perfect. Let's reach those arms forwards. Nice big circles forwards like we're swimming. Good. Then let's take one hand at a time to the ceiling and nice slow circles down. Good. 1 and 2. Good. 1 and 2. Big circle down. And again. 1 and 2. Nice slow circles. Excellent. Let's have our hands on our hips. We're going to circle those hips nice and slowly. Great. And back in the other direction. Excellent. Standing up here, let's have a hand on the wall or the chair. You're going to take one knee lift, bring it out to the side, step that foot to the floor, lift that up again, back in and down. Same side, lift, knee out, step down, lift, knee back in to the floor. And let's switch to the other leg. Lift, out, and down, lift, back in, foot to the floor. Lift, out, and down, lift, put back in, and relax. Great. Let's tap our toes. We're going to tap one foot at a time. So heels touching the floor, we're tapping that toe, and we're going to wiggle our fingers and tap those fingers to your thumb. Good. Let's switch to the other foot and we'll circle our wrists nice and slowly. Good. Back in the other direction. Good. Let's take one foot. We're going to tap our toe and our heel. Toe, heel. So you see I'm really exaggerating that foot movement. We're moving our arms a little bit too. As I tap that toe, I'm really pointing my toe. Think about being a ballerina with those nice pointed toes, and then tap that heel and lift those toes up to the sky. Good, we'll switch to the other side. Toe and heel. Toe, heel. Toe, heel. Toe, heel. Toe, heel. Toe, heel. Toe. And great. I want you to have your hands. We're going to do a little hand exercise. Hold your hands and like steeple your fingers like this. So we're going to start with our thumbs. We're going to roll. Oops. We're going to try and keep our fingers all together. Roll those fingers. I'm going to hold my hands like this. More comfortable. Roll those thumbs. Back in the other direction. Hands are slippery. Good. And then take your index finger, so your pointer finger, and do the same thing. Oops. Try and keep those other fingers together. Back in the other direction. Good. And then take your middle fingers. It's starting to get more tricky. Back in the other direction. Oh my gosh. This is not usually so difficult. And then your ring finger. This one's really hard. Try to roll those fingers. Only those. And back in the other direction. And then your little fingers. Trying to keep the rest all touching each other. Oh. And in the other direction. And relax. A little full hand warm up for you. All right, we're going to begin. We're going to grab one weight. We're going to do a squat, and we're going to walk our feet. So we'll start hip width apart and then take a step out. So your feet are a little bit wider than shoulder width even. Standing nice and tall. So we're going to do this nice wide squat, holding that weight here at your chest. We're going to inhale, sit down. Exhale, stand up. So nice and slowly on the way down. A little bit faster as you stand. Keeping those shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. Good, nice and slowly. We'll do two more. And again, last one. Perfect. Those feet can come together. Let's pick up that second weight. And we're going to do a deadlift or a hip hinge movement. So we'll hold a weight in each hand. I'm turning this way so you can see me standing up nice and tall. I'm going to soften my knees, so a little bend of those knees. I'm going to hinge at the hip forwards and back up nice and slowly. Slowly on the way down and up. So really think about sticking that bum out behind you. Nice and slow as you hinge forwards. And up. We'll do 2 more. That's 1. And 2. Excellent. And we can stand up. All right, let's grab a drink. And we're going to work on our upper body a little bit. We have one exercise here. It's called an Arnold press. So it's almost a, how do we start? Yeah, we start like this. So we start with our hands up and our palms facing us, a weight in each hand. So your arms are bent, almost like you were at the top of a bicep curl. And we're going to take, I'm going to start on my left hand. I'm going to push that left hand up to the ceiling. And as I do that, my palm is facing out. So I have a rotation of that arm too. And then the other side, up and back down. 1, and down slowly. 2. Good. So make sure you're turning that palm so it faces out. And as it comes back to you, faces in. Nice and slow. Especially on the way down. We're going to do a couple with both arms at the same time now. We're going to do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. And let's relax those arms nice and slowly. We're going to keep a weight in each hand and we'll do some front raises. So my arms are in front of me, my palms are facing me, facing my body. I'm going to lift one hand up and then the other straight out in front of me, nice and slowly. We'll do one arm at a time to begin with. And again. And now let's do both at the same time. The 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. I'm going to pop the weights down here for a moment because I need to take off the sweater. It's warmer than I thought. All right. And we're going to work on some abdominal exercises to start to finish, or not to finish, but to finish this first round. So I want you to take one hand and hold a weight. The weight is optional because we're going to hold this weight up overhead, and that might not be right for everyone, might not feel great for that shoulder. If you're more comfortable having just an empty hand above your head, go ahead, but wait if you can. Straight up to the ceiling. So that's my left arm, my left elbow, and my right knee are going to come towards each other. I'm also going to have a hand on this wall for balance support, and it'll look like this. And then slowly back up to center. Good. So nice exhale as you bring the elbow and knee towards each other. And inhale as you reach up. Good, and we'll slowly lower that weight down. We'll switch to the other side. So weight into the other hand. That right arm is up to the ceiling now. Right arm to left knee. Good, nice big reach up. Two more. Last one. Perfect. Slowly lower that weight down. Good. Let's use the wall as a prop here. We're going to do a plank, and we're going to use the wall. It's going to be a standing plank rather than an on the floor plank. So we're going to stand with our hands on the wall, so we're an arm's length away from that wall. You can see I'm standing up nice and tall. I'm going to take a step back, so that now my feet are further away than my head. You can see the angle of my body. Put yourself like that. And we're going to hold like this for 30 seconds. Just thinking about having a nice straight line from your tailbone all the way up to your head. Looking at a point in between your hands, so not down at the floor. See how that bends my neck? And not up to the ceiling. Again, too much strain on your neck. You want to be looking straight ahead. I just have to let somebody into the class. Keep going, keep holding. There we go. So we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and standing up. We're going to hold that weight in one hand again, and similar to that standing crunch, we're going to have one hand up to the ceiling. My left hand is up, my right hand reaches down, and we're going to reach that right hand towards the floor. Now that left hand stays up nice and tall. I'm going to imagine that this is a glass of water, and I don't want to spill it, so I'm really working on keeping that arm straight up. And I'm just dropping that other hand down. Just reaching a little bit. 2 more. This can be tricky with the weight up in the air. So if that doesn't feel right for you, you can let go and just hold your empty hand up. That's fine too. If you're happy with the weight, let's switch it to the other side. Into that right hand, left hand reaches down. Just a little side bend. We're going just as far as that feels comfortable. Good. And back up, and let's relax that arm. Great. Let's have a drink, and then we'll repeat those. So holding that not that water bottle, holding that weight, we're going to do that nice wide squat again. So holding the weight at your chest, shoulders are relaxed, a loose grip. My feet are hip width apart to start with, and then I'm going to step each foot out, so I'm a little bit wider than shoulder width. Standing tall, we're going to inhale, sink down, and exhale back up. Nice and slowly. So thinking about your breathing, inhaling as you lower, exhaling as you stand. 2 more. And again. Excellent. Let's pick up that second weight, and we're into that deadlift, that hip hinge movement. So feet hip width apart, soft knees. We're going to lower those weights down, standing up a little bit quicker. So I'm inhaling, sticking that bum out behind me, a little bit faster on the way back up. Good, nice and slowly down. Two more. And again. Excellent. A weight in each hand still. We're moving on to our upper body. We're going to hold those weights up in front of us, and we're going to do that Arnold press. We'll do a few, one arm at a time. And then we'll finish with some where we work both our arms at the same time. Let's start with the left, push that hand up overhead, rotating that hand as you go, rotating that arm and that hand. Good, so you bring that hand up and your palm faces out now, faces away from you. Good, slowly back in. And let's do both hands at the same time. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slowly lower those arms down. We'll do some front raises now. So weights in each hand. Our hands are facing our body. Standing tall, we're going to lift one arm and the other. Nice and slowly. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Lifting those hands just as high as you can, as high as you comfortably can. Once more, 1 at a time. And 2. And now both at the same time. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We'll put one weight. We'll put both weights down for a second. We'll just take a quick, I'm going to take a quick drink. And then we'll pick up one weight. We're doing this standing crunch again. So the weight, the hand with the weight, I'm going to start on my left, straight up to the ceiling, left elbow to right knee, holding on for support as much as you need. Now they don't need to touch. They just need to come towards each other. And you bring your knee up just as high as you comfortably can here. 2 more. And again. Whew. Slowly on the way down. And we'll switch. Right hand to the ceiling. Good. Thinking about breathing out as you bring that elbow and knee together. 2 more of these. 1 and 2. We'll slowly lower that weight down. Excellent. Weights are down. We're going to move to the wall and do a little plank work. So standing up nice and tall, hands in front of you. We're going to step a big step out. So now your feet are further away from the wall than your head. You have a nice straight line from your tailbone all the way up to your head. And we're going to hold like this for 30 seconds. So take some nice deep breaths. Few more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's walk those feet up. Very nice. One more. Grabbing hold of that one weight again. We're going to take this weight in our left hand to the ceiling, and that right arm's going to drop down. This is a very small movement, so if it feels very small, you're doing it right. You're just reaching that lower hand towards the floor. And when I say towards the floor, of course, I don't mean that you need to touch the floor or even think about touching the floor. You're just moving in that direction. A little side bend as far as that's comfortable. Let's switch hands and switch sides. Good. 2 more of these. That's 1 and 2. Good. Lower that weight down. Excellent. We are all finished with the weight. We are all finished with the strength part of this class. So we will move on to work on our balance. Now, really important when we're balancing is that we have some kind of support furniture close by. I always use the wall. You can use a chair, the back of the sofa, the kitchen table, the island, the counter, whatever it might be. Something that's sturdy, that can support you and just provides that little extra support when we're working on one foot or working in a challenging balance stance. So we're going to kind of warm up into balance here with our feet very close to each other. And as you can imagine, feet are pretty important when we're trying to balance. So I really want you to take a moment to think about your feet on the floor. They're nice and relaxed. All parts of your feet should be pressing down into the ground, including all your toes. So no crunched up toes, no tight toes. They shouldn't be gripping the ground too much, should be relaxed. If you're wearing shoes, try and let the toes spread out and not be all scrunched up and holding tight. So we're standing tall. We're going to bring our one arm up to the ceiling, all above the other. Let's bring those arms out to the side, and we're going to reach one forwards, one backwards. And the other way, one forwards, one backwards. Good, let's bring that second hand forwards. Send your palms up and down, up and down, and up and down, up and down. Left one up and down, right one up and down, left up, left down, right down. Good, that's enough. All right, let's work a little bit on standing on one leg. So hand on whatever you're using for support. I'm going to stand on my right leg. So my right foot is very nice and relaxed. My knee is soft. I'm going to take that left foot up off the floor. If you don't feel comfortable taking a foot off the ground at the moment, you can have your toe touching the floor. You can see my left toe is on the ground. You can challenge your balance that much. If you're comfortable and you feel safe taking that foot off the ground, then go ahead, you can do so right now. We're going to take a moment to hold this and to feel as relaxed as we can. Letting that foot be relaxed on the floor, a little soft knee. And let's take our thumb, one thumb up in front of you. You're going to move this thumb from left to right, nice and slowly. You're going to follow it only with your eyes. So don't move your head, just your eyes. Good, nice and slowly. Let's come back to the center. Relax that arm. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So we're standing on our left foot now, taking that right foot up off the floor. Again, holding on to your balance support as much as you need to. Letting that knee that's holding you be as relaxed as possible. Let's take one thumb up to in front of your face. We'll move from one side to the other. Nice and slowly. Follow that thumb side to side. Good, back to center and relax. Excellent. We're going to move around a little bit now rather than stand still. We're going to work on our tightrope walk, but it's going to be a little bit different. So when we're moving heel to toe, we're always trying to go nice and slowly, whether it's forwards or backwards. And you can take a few more steps than me. I just want to remain within the camera, which is why I only take 2 or 3. But you can move around as much as your space allows. We're going to add a pause. So as I lift my foot up, I'm going to pause here and then step down. Lift the back one and pause, pause, and down. Lift, pause, bring that foot forward, pause, and down. So we're moving very slowly and pausing all the time. Good. And backwards. Good. So nice and slowly, almost like very slow motion, pausing every time you have a foot off the floor, and in every position that foot's in. Good. Oh, I have to go backwards again. I'm off of camera. And now let's go backwards and forwards a couple of times without the pausing. Good. And we can relax there. We are going to stand on one leg and work on that a little bit. I'm just standing at an angle so you can see both my feet really well. I can still hold on to my support here. I'm going to stand on my right leg to start with. So it's a little bend of that knee. That foot is relaxed. And that left foot, I'm going to tap, step forward, hold my heel on the ground. Tap that heel forward. So standing up nice and tall, I'm going to take that heel up off the ground, just a couple of inches. And I will hold here. And let's reach one arm forward. So ideally, you're going to choose the arm that isn't holding your balance furniture. You can stay like this for a little bit. If you can, let's take that second hand up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Good. And then we'll switch to the other side. So weight onto your left leg, left knee, left foot. Weight onto your left foot. A bend with your left knee. Tap that right heel forward. See your heels touching the floor. And then we'll lift it up. Not too high. Trying to be relaxed in that foot. Let's reach one arm forward. So again, ideally the hand that isn't holding balance. And the other, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. We're going to do a couple more. So standing with one foot forwards, space between your feet. Again, I'm just at an angle so you can see me. We're going to shift that weight from front foot to back foot. Almost like you're rocking from one foot to the other. Our feet remain on the floor to begin with. We'll think about standing nice and tall, really moving that weight one to the other. Good. As you move forward, let's push those hands forwards and backwards. So you're pushing that weight into that front foot. Good. Relax those arms and let's start lifting our feet. So we're lifting up one foot and then the other. And as you step onto that back foot, let's lift the front. And we'll hold like this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold on to the front foot, lift the back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then let's shift those feet around. And same thing again, we're going to shift that weight forwards and backwards. Good. Let's push those hands forwards as we move forwards. Good. And we're going to step from one foot to the other. Trying to keep going. So we're lifting our feet up a little bit. As you step onto that back foot, let's lift the front and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then onto the front foot, lift the back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, excellent. Well, we are ready to stretch here. So let's take one arm and we're going to bring it across our body, stretch through our shoulders here, standing up nice and tall, and taking some deep breaths as we stretch. Very good work, everybody. That was yeah, a good workout. We worked all the big muscles, lots of balance. That's great. Great. Good start to the day. Let's switch to the other side. Good. Relax that arm. I'm going to take one hand to the ceiling, bend that elbow, bring that hand slowly behind your back and hold here. Good. Nice and slowly again. And the other side, reach that right arm up, bend the elbow, bring that hand behind your back and hold. Good, nice and it's caught in my watch and nice and slowly relax that arm. And let's come and have a seat. Going to sit back in our chair, pull one knee in, we'll circle this ankle here. Back in the other direction. Good, and relax that foot. And let's try the other side. Pull that knee in and circle that ankle. Good, back in the other direction. Good, and relax that foot. We're going to sit up nice and tall here, and I want you to look down at your chest. Bring your chin towards your chest. Good. Let's look up. You're going to bring your ear to your shoulder. Good. And the other way. Great. Back to center. Let's bring your chin to your shoulder. And the other way. Good. Back to center again. We're going to stand up. Take those arms, reach behind you, reach for the back of the room. Stretch those fingers out. Let's take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, wrap those arms around yourself. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze and a pat on the back. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for joining me this morning. It was great to have lots of you here and to be here on a Monday. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I might see you on Friday.
Thank you, Hannah.
You're so welcome. Bye.